Z for eMiniWizard.com and MarketWizard.com, finding traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose. Hitting our pivot point for today, 30-minute chart. We had suggested today be very careful about thinking just gotta push up, because yesterday we had such a very big range. We also had the notion today that we could take out both sides before we're done. Zeke had proposed that idea that perhaps we could take out the lows and then maybe later get a slingshot trade back, just flushing out some of the aggressive longs today. Don't know whether that's true or not, but we do know this. We have taken out the overnight low. We said, let's think about this support low back here, this 25 as our key support. These traders still in the game from this low, and we're going to use that idea as support. So anybody that has taken a short should have been paid by the 35s, 34s, and trailers, and definitely by 31s to 29s. And this zip knocked out stops, but failed to take out and close the gap. And I said, I think we've got a few trap longs. So the last 10, 15 minutes have been just trying to knock out the aggressive longs today, in my opinion. Now, whether we can get a lot farther back than this, who knows? I suggested 25 aggressive support. And if that breaks, in 22 is probably the next key support. So if you got into this, a reminder, this is crazy trading when you get no support or resistance built up, and you can zip back easily in the other direction. So if you are thinking about buying, better odds obviously down here than trying to buy the middle. And if the trades, we said, if the trades don't work out, then just take your stop. And so far that it's a nice shake from anybody who is trying to go long today. We said this would be a very tough trade for both sides today, especially those who missed yesterday and are gung-ho to just jump in and say, yeah, this is easy. Those traders have been washed out, and rightfully so. There is no easy money in this business. This is the box that we had suggested we should be focusing on the monthlies, right? Remember when we were talking pre-market? We said there's a downtrend line that's coming. First of all, be aware of this location, and be aware the top of the pipe is 46. So now that we've seen that, we say, okay, so what's the bottom? The bottom is 22. That's our middle. So this is really our key idea for support today, is this 22. That really needs to hold for the longs. And if not, then obviously we can come back and test further. So for now, that's a very important dynamic, that unless the shorts can undo 25s to 22s, we're still just range type trading. Very, very important chart. And the gap was not filled. Half gap was. Anybody that got, I said before, grab profits, you got fast move up, take it and run. Always take gifts. If the market gives you a gift, take it. Zeke had talked about this. We had, and I told you at the time, I liked the idea. I said, it's a very good idea. Whether we get the second part of it or not, I don't know. But I like the idea of trying to undermine the lows, those 28 lows. Anybody that is short side, paid for sure by these 28s, trailers below. Right now, there is no angel. But it's an area that obviously short side traders want to make sure stops come down now. And T1, 25.5, and T2, 22s. So it should be paid by that 25 if you are short. This is a 10-minute chart that I've switched to now to give us a little bit different look. A little bit more power in this one. And still range type trading. Said I don't think we'll get a plunge today. Sometimes we do, but very rare that you get one the very next day. And I do think we've got the right range so far that we've tried to articulate this 22 to 46. This trade right here is to knock out these traders. Paid for sure by 22 and a quarter if you are short. Said I think we've trapped some longs, and this is squeezing them back first before we get that bounce. Looks easy, right? Anybody can buy the longs today and you'll make out. Zeke, I said you may still get your opportunity for the slingshot trade if you want it. What time is it? 10:53. Anybody that's buying 22 support. If trade does not work, this is a gamble. This is a guess. That somebody wants to take some profits. It's against today's trend, but it's with yesterday's trend. There's still no evidence of a low holding right now, of an angel. If you're a conservative trader, don't even think about taking a trade right now until we get it to solidify. But should be taking profits if you are short. And this was a nice shakeout of these traders from yesterday. This runs the stops of all the shorts, and then it comes back an indecision, but I said should not have come back this quickly. I think we've trapped longs. That was the key. That's something that you really can't learn in a textbook. You just have to see this stuff a few times to get the idea of it. Mr. Softy coming back. You want to keep an eye on these stocks that have helped to move the market. Still no angel, just an area of potential profit taking and support. We nailed this idea that we are in this box. Probably going to need a couple of attempts longs if you're trying today. And this is the monthly look. All we know is we are in the pipe. That is the pipe. Cannot even think about coming back and testing the bottom until you get through the middle. So that's the exact box that we are looking at this moment in time. And the reason why we're suggesting make sure you are paid by 22s. There are probably a lot of traders that got caught here yesterday trying to short. And they're going to try to wiggle out of their positions right now. So that's the basis for make sure you're paid. And if you want, especially if you've got a few chips in your pocket from that you can afford to take a risk for a buy. There's still an aggressive buy area based on what's happened overnight, but with yesterday's trend, this would be where a buy could come from. I'm not calling to come out the top. I'm noting that we've got about a 20-point trade from the 42 highs. So make sure you're paid. Educated guessing is the name of this business. And traders who were going alongside got stopped out here, so we're going to pay attention. Market has to get back up above that if it wants to do anything. I still think that today is going to be one of those days hard to plunge, hard to make a lot of progress alongside. We said two-way day, definitely like the odds just as much short as long after yesterday's range, but didn't expect to get a killer trade short side. Here's our weekly look. You can see how important this 15 to 16 area is going to be going forward. So that's the box we are now in, with this box being rejected. And now we're in this box. So any buys today are with yesterday's trend, a weekly trend, but against today's trend. But we're going to keep our eye on this 10-minute chart. Washed out the longs by about 5 points. Today we said two-way day. Don't think of this as going to be a plunge day, and don't think of it as a runaway day long. We said we could also get a shakeout and then be more of an afternoon after trend day, AATD, I call that, instead of Don Miller's MATD. Just need a little time to consolidate, find a little deeper support, a little bit better idea if you want to buy. And still with no idea that it's going to come out and take out the highs, but at least a better odds trade on the buy coming backwards. Here's our retest. If you got yourself a couple of points on this push here, make sure you're paid. And then obviously anything that can get above this retest where the original low was, good fortune. This was more of a lucky, educated guess than anything, but we were prepared for it. You know, we talked about this level. And if you have played long side, taken a few chips here, played long side, now on trailers. That's your 40 back right there. 30 and a half. Paid for sure. Stops up. Probably going to need a couple of rotations, but anybody who took this trade again, this is a contra to today's range. But we had a feeling we wouldn't plunge all in one move. That's just not likely to happen. This is a gutsy buy. Anybody took this, if you had profits willing to risk, then there's a reasonable shot at it. And I'm still thinking that we're going to get some chop, just a different range right now. These are 4-minute bars. You want to look at it in a different time frame, then easy enough to do. But I want to at least see things like this. You've got to have enough territory so that you can see the prior day's range as well. There's a 10. And based on this, and this next level down is 21. So that's going to be a key area today. That would be a 40 back of yesterday's range. If you do your homework, you're prepared, and then you can react when things happen.